Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. I want to tell you a story this morning that I'm probably not ready to tell because I have not read it and reread it and reread it and rehearsed it and rehearsed it. But I want to tell it, and it's on my mind. Mr. Harry Addison told the story, and he also put it in his book, RFD number 3, or Route 3 is what it really is. He lived in the Monroe area of Louisiana. The first time I heard Mr. Addison, he was speaking to the farmers or the Farm Bureau or something. He was speaking to several, and we were invited to go. And of course, I was raised with storytellers, and I love stories, and so that's how I found my way there. I was just getting started in trying to do a little bit of storytelling outside of, and speaking rather, outside of church. And so I was so interested in, and what an introduction to that world. Nothing could have been better than Mr. Addison. He tried to help me. He gave me pointers, and he gave me his books and that sort of thing. The story is about old Blackie. Old Blackie must have been some cow. Because he said, Daddy come and woke me up that morning. It was cold weather. And woke me up before time for school, and he said, get up, I need your help. And he got up. What's the matter? I said, old Blackie didn't come up. Oh, that's our milk. That's our butter. That's our clabber. That's our cream. We gotta find old Blackie. Well, they went on back down in the pasture, and there was old Blackie bogged up in the mud like cows could get, to the place that they couldn't get out. He said, I'll never forget how old Blackie looked at me. Longingly, help me. And said my dad came and took over, and we put some kind of ropes and that sort of thing up under her belly, and made a windlass and tried to pull her up. But there was no way we couldn't get her up. And he said, so I went and got a big bucket of water and set where she could put her nose down into it. And he said, we built a big fire where she wouldn't be too cold. And couldn't get her up. And the third day, he said, I woke up early, and I was going to go down and build up her fire so that she wouldn't be cold while I was at school that day. And he said, I got down there, and her head was laying over on the ground. And so when I got closer, I realized her head was stiff and her neck was stiff. and she was gone, and the water in the tub that I'd left for her had frozen. He said that was a horrible, horrible day. All day long at home, he thought about Blackie and what it meant to him. But he couldn't, also he thought about the water freezing. There's certain points in a story like that you can't help but think about. The water freezing before she got to drink it. And here's what he said. Here's what Mr. Addison said. Yes, I missed school that day, but I learned more than I would have. That day I learned more than I would have ever learned in school in one day's time. There's a lot of lessons that God teaches us. Some of them we get, some of them we miss. When you come to, you'd never be cruel to an animal if you waited for old Blackie to get better. No. There's something about the lessons gained. Life's lessons. I think Brother Von Morton wrote a book about life's lessons. We need to. Everyone's thinking so much about higher education. But that's okay, but let's don't forget the lessons that just come to us probably every day of our lives. God bless you.